Alright everyone, welcome back to your second section. And this second section you are going to study the writing shooter 2A, right? And today lesson you are going to study about the comparison paragraph, everyone. And you know that the last unit you study about the narrative paragraph, okay? So teacher would like you to review some with the narrative paragraph, everyone. So in narrative paragraph, don't forget, okay, to write the event in orders or to make sure that you emphasize the main idea, okay. And to tell the event in the chronological order, you can use the following linking word. You can see here like first, okay, like second, next, then, after, okay. You mentioned about the chronological order, everyone. And you often use the past tense in a narrative to tell what happened. Anyway, when you are writing, don't forget to check when you do the proofreading, okay? Don't forget to check the punctuation. Don't forget to check like the spelling, the whether the subject has a verb and a subject or not, okay? This is the meaning of a narrative paragraph, okay? So you also learn with the definition over there, like using the time expression or identify the main part of the narrative paragraph, okay? So you can see here the example. Okay, so now teacher would like you to move to your lesson today, everyone, and you will see that how do you start your comparison paragraph. Okay, so we see here. So the title of the two kinds of sports. The title is racquetball and squash. Sorry, squash. Okay, not squash, squash. And you can see here like the two things they compare. You probably think that racquetball and squash, maybe new for you, everyone. You only know like sometimes like soccer, like football, like tennis, okay, volleyball, like baseball, okay. Those are popular to you, but these two type of sport may not familiar to you, everyone. And the written form here we talk about the comparisons, okay. So now let's check the review narrative paragraph, okay? Like what is a narrative paragraph at one? Narrative just tell a story that everyone has read narrative, watched them on television or at the movie or heard them from other people. A narrative paragraph tell a short story or describe an event, okay? Okay, so what should you start the background of narrative paragraph, everyone? Teacher review again. The narrative paragraph usually start with the background information to set the scenes for a story or provide context. It can tell when and where the story happened. So basically, you have to know that when the story and where the story happened. And the strength is experience in my life happened a year before I graduated from high school. I was 16 years old and my best friend Mark was 15. He invited me to visit his during the summer. Okay, so this is just the state of the time. You can the age of 16. Okay. And how do you begin the story? To begin the story with a narrative or paragraph, usually tell what happened first in a story. So example like I was staying with him in his like farmhouse in the middle of the countryside. I share a room with Mark and our bed were separated by a table. Every morning, Mark's mom brought us a cup of hot tea in bed after we woke up. So how do you continue the middle paragraph, everyone? Like The middle of narrative is usually the main part or tell most of the relevant in the story. Like while we were sleeping all night, I could feel my bed moving. I thought I was dreaming. The next morning, Mark's mother brought us hot tea as usual. When she turned on the light, she saw that our beds were pushed together and the table had moved. So how do you end the story, everyone? You just see here, like the end of narrative conclude the story and tell the final event and has a concluding remark. Like Mark said, he didn't do it, okay, and I didn't do it. We still don't know how the bed moved. What do you think? Okay. So now teacher would like you to see the lesson that you have learned today, like racquetball and squash. Okay, again, racquetball and squash. So the racquetball is a racket sport played with a hollow rubber ball on an indoor or outdoor court. And squash, a game in which two players use rackets to hit a small soft rubber ball against the wall of or close court. You can see the picture here, everyone. Okay, you can see here like okay, let's compare one. In squash, there is no bound before hitting the ball before service, whereas racquetball, the ball must bound once before striking it. In squash, the server has to hit the ball into one of two service boxes, whereas the racquetball, the server can hit any part of the ball. So this is some of the differences about the racquetball and squash. Okay, so part 1, you go to the paragraph, you will see what is a comparative or contrast paragraph, or we can say difference. So let's see everyone the comparison or the comparative paragraph, used to compare two subjects. The two subjects that we have talked about, racquetball and squash, right? And discuss how they are alike and list a few examples. In the contrast paragraph, two subjects are discussed as how they are different, again listing a few examples. There are two ways to write a paragraph. First, there is the point-by-point paragraph and there is the block paragraph. In the point-by-point, written back and forth between the two subjects, first talking about topic A and then talk about the topic B. So we call the first block here, back and forth writing. Then right back to the topic A and so on. But finally, the block paragraph only discuss one topic and then finish the paragraph with the other subject that is to be compared, or contrast with the first. Then the conclusion put, what you're comparing or contrast together. So this is the meaning of the comparative and contrast paragraph, everyone. So read the comparison paragraph and fill the blank, everyone. Okay, you can see the definition from the book, on page 86, everyone. Like we have like two subjects, similarity and alike. And first of all, already complete for you, like the word alike. So this is a very short definition of comparison paragraph, everyone. So it shows how two things are alike when you choose a topic for comparisons writing. You have to choose two subjects or similarity. With some, for example, you can choose to compare two movies to sport or to people. So what is the answer, everyone? For this, yeah, the answer is you have to choose two subjects with some similarities. For example, you choose like sport, okay, like movie, or to people. Okay, so everyone, so this is the main important of your lesson today. This is about the meaning of the comparison paragraph, and teacher also talk briefly about the racquetball and squash, and just comparing some part of these two sports. And anyway, you will learn more about the comparison paragraph in the next video, everyone. Okay, so now teacher would like to say thank you very much for your paying attention, and see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.